Remember the corner shop queues, sticky fingers, and pocket money carefully counted out for sweets that tasted like pure childhood magic? The 1970s gave British kids some of the most unforgettable snacks ever created. Treats that defined playtime, broke up boring afternoons, and sparked fierce playground debates that lasted years. Spangles were boiled sweets in bright fruit flavours that absolutely dominated the 1970s, translucent coloured rounds wrapped individually in cellophane and sold in distinctive tubes with orange, red, and silver stripes and bold retro typography that screamed pure nostalgia. Kids queued eagerly at the corner shop, clutching their pennies, then sorted them obsessively by flavour: orange, lime, blackcurrant, sucking them slowly to make the pleasure last as long as humanly possible before the next sweet shop visit. These weren't just sweets, they were currency, traded fiercely in playgrounds, hoarded jealously in coat pockets, and savoured during long, boring car journeys and rainy Sunday afternoons stuck indoors. Discontinued quietly in the early 1980s after decades of loyal service, Spangles topped the poll in 2008 for the most missed discontinued British sweet, proof that their memory never faded and their place in post-war British childhood remains absolutely iconic and utterly irreplaceable. Pacers were chewy mint sweets with distinctive green and white stripes, launched in 1976 as a bold rival to Opal Mints, but discontinued sadly by 1985 after a brief glorious run that left mint lovers heartbroken. These striped green and white ovals came in bright, sporty packaging that mimicked trendy, athletic wear of the era, making them feel modern, energetic, and just a little bit cooler than boring old polos. Kids chewed them enthusiastically after lessons, fresh breath restored, and traded them eagerly in the playground as the ultimate two-mint freshness treat that promised double the mint punch in every sweet. The branding was so distinctive that Glasgow Celtic fans nicknamed their team the Pacers because the kit colours matched the sweet's iconic green and white stripes perfectly. Pacers are remembered fondly as the mint sweet that felt different, tasted stronger, and looked effortlessly stylish, a playground favourite that disappeared far too soon and left a minty hole in British confectionery history. Wham bars were fizzy, chewy bars filled with crunchy sherbet pieces, launched in the early 1980s and selling an astonishing 30 million bars yearly at their absolute peak, proving kids couldn't resist that tongue-fizzing sensation. These pink, chewy slabs studded with bright green sherbet pieces cost just 10 pence, wrapped in distinctive foil with bold branding that screamed fun, adventure, and pocket money paradise from every corner shop shelf. The eating experience was pure magic, chewy sweetness combined with explosive fizzy bursts that lasted ages, turning tongues bright green and sparking playground competitions over whose flavour lasted longest and fizzed hardest. Kids compared notes obsessively, swapped half-eaten bars, and wore their green-stained tongues like badges of honour, proof they'd survived the ultimate fizzy challenge. Wham bars are remembered fondly as a space-age adventure sweet that felt futuristic, tasted incredible, and served as genuine playground currency, traded, hoarded, and treasured by a generation who'll never forget that unforgettable fizzy punch. Blackjacks and fruit salads were twin penny chews from the 70s and 80s, sold together in mixed paper bags. Dark aniseed-coloured blackjacks paired perfectly with bright pink pineapple-flavoured fruit salads, creating fierce playground loyalty and division. Kids divided sharply and passionately over these two. Some adored the intense licorice bite of blackjacks, while others wanted only the tangy, fruity sweetness of fruit salads, leading to endless trades and heated debates. They were the ultimate penny sweet treasure hunt, the tuck shop staple you could fill an entire bag with for just your pocket money, making every trip to the corner shop feel like a major shopping expedition. You tip your coins onto the counter, carefully calculate how many you could afford, Then stuff your pockets full, rationing them carefully throughout the week to make the magic last. Blackjacks and fruit salads are remembered as the sweets that defined penny power, playground economics, and the simple joy of choosing between two completely opposite but equally beloved flavors. Flying saucers were edible rice paper discs filled with fizzy sherbet centers, remaining hugely popular from the 1950s right through the 1970s as space exploration captured imaginations and made everything astronaut-themed irresistibly cool. These colourful UFO-shaped wafers melted instantly on your tongue, releasing a fizzy sherbet surprise that felt like pure magic, wrapped in bright packaging with space-age imagery featuring rockets, planets, and futuristic fonts. The eating experience was completely unique. You'd pop the whole saucer in your mouth. The rice paper dissolved almost immediately, and suddenly your mouth exploded with fizzy sherbet that tingled, fizzed, and made you feel like a genuine astronaut eating authentic space food. Kids loved the space exploration theme during the Apollo era, when moon landings dominated the news, and every child dreamed of becoming an astronaut, making flying saucers feel like the closest thing to actual astronaut rations. Flying saucers are remembered fondly as the sweet that tasted like the future, dissolved like magic, and made every trip to the corner shop feel like a mission to outer space. Sherbet Fountain was a classic treat dating back to 1925, but remaining utterly iconic throughout the 1970s, featuring fizzy white sherbet powder packed into a distinctive yellow cardboard tube with a black licorice stick for dipping. Kids had multiple eating strategies. Some dipped the licorice carefully, others poured the sherbet straight into their mouths, and the brave ones used the licorice like a straw, inhaling sherbet powder with dangerously enthusiastic results. Sessions always ended with kids covered head to toe in sherbet dust like miniature Tony Montanas, white powder coating hands, faces, school uniforms, and occasionally noses after accidental inhalation that sparked coughing fits and laughter. The sherbet fountain cost just a few pennies, making it a cherished weekend treat that stretched pocket money further than almost any other sweet, delivering long-lasting fizzy fun and sticky fingers guaranteed. Sherbet fountains are remembered fondly as the sweet that came with an eating challenge, required commitment, created mess, and provided the kind of fizzy, licorice-laced joy that defined carefree 1970s childhood. Sherbet Dip Dab paired a red strawberry lollipop with fluffy white sherbet powder, becoming hugely popular throughout the 70s and 80s as the sophisticated, refined cousin of the messier sherbet fountain that required actual technique and patience. The iconic yellow packet contained a red lolly stick and white sherbet center in brilliantly simple but unforgettable presentation that made it instantly recognizable on any sweet shop counter or in any school bag. Kids dipped the lolly repeatedly into the sherbet, creating fizzy bursts on the tongue with every lick, carefully managing their dipping strategy to make both lolly and sherbet last equally long without running out of either too soon. The schoolyard favourite was dipped literally countless times during break, lunch and the walk home, with kids comparing notes on optimal dipping techniques, sherbet to lolly ratios, and whether you should finish the lolly or the sherbet first. Sherbet Dip Dab is remembered fondly as the sweet that required skill, rewarded patience, and delivered a controlled fizzy experience that felt grown up, strategic, and infinitely more civilized than pouring sherbet everywhere like a maniac. Discos were square, crisp snacks available in cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, and salt and vinegar, becoming an iconic 1970s playground staple with their distinctive shape, bold foil packets in vibrant colours, and crunchy texture completely different from regular round crisps. Kids absolutely loved comparing their trading value during lunch swaps. Discos ranked incredibly high in the complex school snack economy, coveted fiercely and traded carefully like precious currency alongside chocolate bars and penny sweets. The square shape was oddly satisfying, fitting perfectly on fingertips, making them fun to eat individually or stack into crispy towers before demolishing them in one glorious crunchy bite that echoed across the dinner hall. They were remembered as being extra crispy, crunchier and more satisfying than boring regular crisps, with flavours that packed a stronger punch and lingered longer on the tongue, making every packet feel special. Discos are remembered fondly as the crisp that broke the mould, literally, square instead of round, bolder in flavour, and infinitely cooler in the playground hierarchy of snacks that mattered. Twiglets were wheat-based savoury snacks with a strong yeast extract coating and a knobbly twig-like shape, available throughout the 1970s with a dark speckled brown appearance that genuinely resembled real twigs plucked from the garden. Wrapped in distinctive foil packets or sold loose from glass sweet jars at the corner shop, Twiglets looked mysterious, tasted intense, and divided opinion more sharply than almost any other childhood snack ever created. Kids either absolutely loved the intense Marmite-style flavour, crunching through packet after packet with genuine enthusiasm, or pulled horrified faces at the bittersweet taste, declaring them utterly inedible and wondering why anyone would voluntarily eat something so weird. Twiglets felt surprisingly sophisticated for a children's snack, more grown-up than sweet treats, more adventurous than regular crisps, sparking fierce playground debates that lasted years over whether they were brilliant or disgusting, with absolutely no middle ground. Twiglets are remembered fondly as the snack that tasted like Marmite in stick form, challenged young palates, and proved that even in the 1970s, British kids had surprisingly adventurous tastes when it came to savoury snacks. Curly Wurly was a chocolatey caramel bar with a unique twisted lattice design, introduced in 1970 and growing steadily more popular throughout the decade with its distinctive curled caramel strands coated generously in smooth milk chocolate. The elegant bar design stood out dramatically on sweet shop shelves, looking more interesting, more playful, and infinitely more fun than chunky standard chocolate bars that just sat there looking boring and predictable. Kids unravelled the twisted strands individually, carefully pulling them apart and eating them one by one, making a single bar last ages and turning snack time into a proper, interactive eating experience that required patience and strategy. The thinner, more delicate design made it feel special, almost fancy, like you were eating something cleverly engineered rather than just another boring block of chocolate that disappeared in 3 bites. Curly Wurly is remembered fondly as the playful chocolate bar, the creative eating experience that felt different, looked amazing, and delivered chocolatey caramel joy in the most entertaining format ever dreamed up by 1970s confectionery engineers. Anglo Bubbly was bright pink bubblegum with long-lasting sweetness, hugely popular throughout the 1970s when bubble-blowing competitions ruled playgrounds, and pink-stained lips became badges of honour, worn proudly all afternoon. The distinctive pink colour and slightly harder texture at first softened perfectly for bubble blowing after a few chews, transforming from firm chunks into stretchy, elastic perfection that could create enormous pink bubbles visible from across the schoolyard. Kids competed fiercely for the biggest bubbles, carefully inflating them slowly, holding their breath, pushing gum to its absolute limit before the inevitable loud pop that covered faces, hair, and sometimes even school uniforms in sticky pink residue. Anglo Bubbly retained flavour far longer than modern alternatives, staying sweet for what felt like hours while you worked on perfecting your technique, practicing bigger and rounder bubbles, and showing off bubble-blowing skills to genuinely impressed friends. Anglo Bubbly is remembered fondly as the gum that lasted forever, blew the biggest balloons, and turned every break time into a bubble-blowing championship where playground legends were born. Refreshers were fizzy, chewy sweets with sherbet centres and a zingy taste made by Swizzles Matlow throughout the 1970s, packaged in colourful wrappers that promised explosive flavour and delivered every single time without fail. These colourful candies featured visible sherbet specks embedded throughout, creating a unique fizzy burst sensation the moment you bit into them, far more exciting than standard boring chews that just sat there tasting ordinary. The fizzy explosion was unexpected every time. You'd bite down expecting normal sweetness, then suddenly your mouth erupted with tingling, popping sherbet that fizzed, sparked, and made your taste buds dance with genuine surprise and delight. Kids loved the sherbet surprise element. The way refreshers looked innocent, but delivered a playground-worthy punch, making them an essential pocket money purchase and a favourite for swapping during lunch breaks. Refreshers are remembered fondly as the sweet that combined chewy and fizzy in one brilliant package, delivered genuine surprise with every bite, and proved that sometimes the best sweets are the ones that keep you guessing. Drumstick lollies were milk and raspberry-flavoured chewy lollipops from Swizzles Matlow, becoming an iconic 1970s treat with their distinctive drumstick shape and pink and white coloured coating that looked exactly like miniature drumsticks ready for a tiny percussion performance. The soft, chewy texture felt completely different from hard lollipops that cracked teeth and disappeared quickly, instead offering a long-lasting chewing experience that stretched pocket money further and made every lolly feel like genuine value for money. Kids valued them enormously for the slow-eating experience. You could suck them gently, chew them carefully, or alternate between both techniques, making a single drumstick last an entire walk home from school if you had serious willpower. The unique raspberry milk flavour combination tasted creamy, fruity, and completely original. Nothing like standard strawberry or plain raspberry lollies that tasted boringly predictable and one-dimensional by comparison. Drumstick lollies are remembered fondly as the chewy lolly that felt substantial, tasted unique, looked distinctive, and delivered long-lasting satisfaction that made them absolute playground gold and essential tuck-shop purchases. Cola Cubes were cola-flavoured hard-boiled sweets and a pick-and-mix favourite from the 1970s sweet shops, small dark brown translucent cubes that rattled satisfyingly in paper bags and pockets throughout the decade. These tiny cola-flavoured treasures were easily counted and measured by the scoop at old-fashioned sweet counters, where shopkeepers weighed them carefully on brass scales, while kids watched anxiously, hoping for generous portions. Kids filled striped paper bags enthusiastically at pick-and-mix counters, mixing cola cubes strategically with other sweets like pear drops, rhubarb and custards, and mint imperials, creating personalised sweet collections that reflected individual taste and careful planning. Cola Cubes delivered the cola taste before mass Coca-Cola availability made fizzy drinks commonplace and boring, making them feel exotic, American, and thrillingly modern for British kids who'd rarely tasted actual Coke. Cola Cubes are remembered fondly as the essential sweet shop visit item, the cola fix that came in a cube, the hard-boiled sweet that lasted ages, and the pick-and-mix staple that never, ever disappointed.